sculpted walnut dining chairs to go with a dining table that we already made for them. We begin the process by breaking the pieces down into their rough sizes so that they can go onto the CNC machine. Once the CNC has done its work, we use a flush trim bit on a router to remove the excess, and then it's time to begin cutting out the joinery. Once the Maloof-style joinery has been cut, we're using a large roundover bit on a router table to take off a lot of the excess material before we glue these chairs together. There's a lot of fine detail work on these chairs that can't really be done with machines, although we have used a CNC and various types of routers to achieve lots of these shapes. Then we can begin working on the seat for these chairs. Like the rest of the chair, this is also constructed from Canadian black walnut, and once we have it glued up into its rough size, it's onto the CNC machine to put the sculpted shape onto these chairs that will sit underneath the upholstery that you'll see us put on later. Just like the legs, once the seats are done on the CNC machine, we use that same roundover bit to take off a lot of that excess. Then it's time for the glue up. We're using Titebond 3 as an adhesive on this glue up, which is probably overkill for this application as it's designed for exterior environments, but we want to make sure that these chairs are going to last indefinitely. Once our glue up for the legs is complete, we can begin working on the backrest for these chairs. These chairs are designed to have a low back on them, so we need to make sure that it has a nice curve to fit the part of the spine that's going to make contact with the chair. We've used the CNC again to achieve this curve, and then once that's cut down to its size, we can glue that in using Titebond 3 and assist the joinery using some wood screws. From there, we can assemble the joinery for the armrests on these chairs, which we're securing using a wooden dowel. Once everything has been glued up, we're using a handsaw to trim off our excess, and then we're installing the screws into the connection between the legs and the seat to further secure the strength of that joint. Once all of our screws are in place, we use solid walnut dowels and Titebond 3 to plug up all the holes. And from there comes the sculpting, which is one of the most time-consuming parts of the entire process for these chairs. We have to use a variety of tools, which include hand files, grinders, Dremels, sanders, and slowly achieve the final form that our client is after. Finally, we can apply our Black Forest furniture oil to bring these chairs to life. We find this is a much better finish than a urethane style finish for something like this because over time it's almost inevitable that chairs are going to get dinged or scratched, and you want to have a finish that you can easily touch up and make look brand new again, which is one of the main advantages to our Black Forest furniture oil. Then once the finish is on and applied, we can screw in the glides for the underside of the chairs, put our brand on, and then it's off to Timeless Furniture to install the upholstery and the foam that will give some comfort and the look that our client is after. And finally, we can get these chairs delivered to our client's home around the Buckeye Burl dining table that we had already made for them. Again, we created 10 sculpted walnut chairs to go with this table, and we'd love to hear what you guys think of these pieces in the comments below.
Really well, like there's browns.
I know each chair individually.
And low.
Yeah.
And they feel good. There's nothing nicer than feeling like, you know?
That Maloof joinery,
Right?
the way that these attach to their, yeah.